Hi everybody, it's Alexia. I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, I do Bible studies and try to relate them to help with mental health if I can. I have anxiety and depression, so I like to use the word to get through those struggles. I used to say I suffer with anxiety and depression, but I really don't want to say that anymore. I think I was given anxiety and depression for a reason. I don't know if it was to help other people. I don't know if it was to build my strength, because when you have anxiety and depression, getting out of bed can be your biggest challenge. So just doing that builds your strength and endurance. So I don't know why it was given to me, but I'm going to choose not to say I suffer with it anymore. So I was driving today and realizing it's always been bad, but I feel like everybody is just really not patient out on the roads these days. They all want to get to where they're going. There's a lot of road rage incidents. It can be a dangerous world out there. It just seems like everyone's in such a hurry to get where they need to go that they don't care about others. They don't have patience with others. So I found these two verses today. I was trying to look up verses that could relate to just not being so rushed in your life. And this might be a little out of context because these verses are talking about the people in the church, but I think it can relate to the humankind issue we're having right now, the human race issue we're having right now. So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 14 and 15. And we exhort you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle, comfort the discouraged, help the weak, be patient with everyone. See to it that no one repays evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good for one another and for all. So what I like about these verses is it's reminding you to be patient with everyone, and it's also reminding you to not repay evil for evil. I do notice that a lot, especially with the driving situation. Somebody cuts somebody off and somebody gets mad and they say, "Oh, you cut me off, I'm gonna do this." So they'll do something to them. I'm in the Houston area, and I notice that the road rage incidents have gotten worse with people getting shot, and it's just not a good situation right now. So I will read what my commentary says about 1 Thessalonians 5, 14, and 15, just so you get the full context. I think we can take from this verse what we need to help us be better people, though, especially out on the roads. So my commentary, I'm using the MacArthur Bible commentary, says, Paul has discussed how the pastors are to serve the people and how the people are to respond to the pastors in verses 12 and 13. In verses 14 and 15, he presents how the people are to treat each other in the fellowship of the church. The unruly, those out of line, must be warned and taught to get back in line. The faint-hearted, those in fear and doubt, must be encouraged and made bold. The weak, those without spiritual and moral strength, must be held up firmly. Patience, forgiveness, and acts of goodness must prevail between all the people. So what I love is, I know this is talking about people in the church and kind of in context of the church, but I think we can really take the be patient with everyone portion of it. So I even wrote this from the commentary down. Patience, forgiveness, and acts of goodness must prevail between all people. We've got to remember to have patience. My boyfriend had mentioned a story. He was at a gas station and he was pulling out, and as he was pulling out, someone kind of came in hot and was pulling in, and they almost collided, and the guy got out of his car and was really upset and was trying to fight with my boyfriend. And my boyfriend could have responded a number of ways. One, he could have just ignored it and gone about his way. 2, he could have reacted with compassion, and this is what he did. Or 3, he could have fought anger with anger, which we see here is not what you should do. He chose the second option. He asked the guy, like, he knew that this wasn't about the car thing. He could just tell this guy was just really upset. And he asked the guy, is everything okay? Like, are you all right? And the guy actually broke down and cried to him and said no, he was having some issues at home. And I think my boyfriend even mentioned he ended up hugging him, and they exchanged numbers, and it was like a really beautiful moment. I wouldn't suggest doing that because it could have gone a different way. Somebody could have taken that the wrong way, you asking if they're okay. So I don't really suggest that, but what I do suggest is just responding with compassion. A lot of people in the world, when they're acting angry, when they're impatient, when they're just being mean, it's usually not even about you. So it's important to be patient with everyone. This verse here says, help the weak. That's another thing. Like I mentioned, these people really probably aren't even upset about you. It's something going on at home, and they're just taking it out where they can. That doesn't make it right, but it gives a little insight into what people might be thinking. And I don't want you guys to think that I am perfect and I don't suffer with a little bit of road rage. I do sometimes. I'll say it under my breath, but I will be angry. I don't let people know I'm angry, but I am. And I have to constantly stop myself, like stop myself and be like, no, don't think that. So it is a continuous challenge. But I just wanted to put this video out here. Respond with compassion whenever you can and patience, and don't fight evil with evil. Don't fight anger with anger. Try to put yourself in their shoes. And if you're ever in a situation where you're dealing with an angry person, either driving or out in the world, just respond with compassion and try not to get angry with them. There's something else going on. It could be you. It could be that you really upset them. And if that's the case and you really did do something to upset them, apologize. But there's more to it, I think, when people are angry out in the world and acting a certain way. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. And like I mentioned about the context, when I talk about Bible verses, I try to mention the context of it, and we do see that this is kind of in the context of the church and the fellowship within the church, but I think it can relate to the world around us as well. Okay, I hope you got something out of this video, and please comment if you did. That always makes me feel like these videos are worth putting out if someone enjoys them. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and God bless.